Alright, so I've got an iPhone 7 here that's come in. Now this guy tried to fix his screen by himself at home. Now, he hasn't actually... Um, he's done quite a good job, except the only thing he didn't do is he didn't disconnect the battery, which is a big no-no. So, when you don't disconnect the battery on an iPhone, you're obviously working on a live device. Even if the phone's off, there's still some rails in the phone that are live. So, what I'm going to show you now is basically this guy's blown a backlight filter on his phone. I'm assuming. Now the phone has no backlight, so you've actually got a display on the screen, but you can't see it unless you shine a light on it. So I'm suspecting it's a backlight because he told me that he said he disconnected the battery, but then when I showed him the battery connector, he realised that he actually didn't. He disconnected something else. So if I bring up the scope on the screen here, when you actually look at the screen connector here, now the top one's your home button, but the bottom one's your screen. Now, these 3 pins on the bottom left here are your backlight pins. Now, these 3, when the screen is on, or when the phone is on, they're live, obviously. So they're going to give power to your backlight. Now, this silver pin here is a ground. So if your phone's on, these 3 are live. If you don't actually line that connector up perfectly, you're going to short that backlight circuit to ground and you're going to blow the filter. Now if we look over on the back of his board where the filter is, see those little solder balls? That's a dead giveaway that the filter's blown. So basically when those filters blow, the solder explodes out the middle of it. So those 2 little solder balls right there are telling me that that middle one there is actually your backlight anode, but I'm assuming it's just going to be the middle one, but we'll find out. I do have a spare iPhone 7 board here. So if you look at this board, this is a good board. Notice there's no solder balls. It's nice and clean. Whereas if we look at his, you've got a little solder ball there at the top. So I'm going to take the filter off that donor board and I'm going to put it on the other one. Now, Apple, of course, underfills it. So that little, that sort of black silicon stuff is known as underfill. So we need to peel that away before we can obviously get to the filter, and then we'll replace it. And look, depending on the actual damage, you might be able to sort of, once I get this underfill off, you might be able to even see all that solder and crap. Sometimes it's actually really visible, like, yeah, see how the end of it, there's no sort of silver on the end of this filter. It's really kind of been blown right away. So that's a dead giveaway. So I'm pretty confident that this will be just that middle one. But we'll see how we go. So all 3 of those little filters here, 1, 2, 3, all the same part, but they're on different circuits. Different backlight circuits. But it's typically the backlight anode that goes. And considering the look of it, I think it's pretty obvious. But that's what it is in this case. Sorry, let me get that focus for you. Okay, so we've got a bit of that underfill off. So you know, like that's obviously supposed to be shiny on the top and bottom, just like these ones here are. But you know, like, you can see the bottom of it just looks disgusting. So you can kind of rule that out, rule this one out without measuring it. So filter's off, and I put some flux down before I solder because I want to make sure this is all ready to go before I get my filter off the other board. Now there's no filter there, I can actually clean it. Okay, so probably want a little bit more flux on that bottom one. Sorry, solder on that bottom pin. That's better. Sexy. Sweet, so that's ready to go. Now we can start chopping into our donor board. Not actually chopping, but where's my board? Here we are. That'll do. So I'm actually going to put some flux on the new board so that when I take it off I can basically stick it on and it's not going to go flying. If I can find my flux. There it is. Sweet, so all I'm going to do is just sort of sit that there. So it's just going to be a simple pick up and drop. Simple as that. Sweet. Alright, so let's get it back on the phone and see what happens. Hopefully you fixed it. And there we go. We have a backlight.